You know, there's nothing more nerve-wracking than launching a new business. I mean, truly, when you think about it, you do everything and you just kind of hope, don't you? You've put the poster up, you've alerted everybody, and you hope that they'll come along. It's a little bit like being in a big show, whether that be in the West End, Broadway, or in fact just regional amateur dramatics. You do everything in your power and you hope people are going to like it, support it, and it grow and develop and move forward. Well, a year plus down the line, what you have now with the likes of somebody of the ex-royal, the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, is more catastrophe and more catastrophic falling outs behind the scenes than you could possibly have imagined. As ever, let me explain. Morning, nice to see you, chums. Thank you so much for your time. People, by the way, keep telling me, you know, you say as ever. I've said it for years. You know, we'll have a lovely wave. Sorry, nice to see you. Morning, everybody. You know, the thing is, it's just a phrase, isn't it? And I don't know about you, but I think it's the wrong phrase for a brand. As ever doesn't really mean anything, does it? You know, but it's interesting. Let me tell you this, because I don't know if people realise this, but when Meghan decided very untastefully to launch her own sparkling wine, whatever she wants to call it, literally on the birthday of the late Princess Diana, of course, Princess of Wales. They did, and I kid you not, and as ever I have to say allegedly, toy with the idea of naming it with her initials. I know. Could you get any more tacky? Do you know what I mean? I mean, the idea really, I get what they're trying to do in a sense, because these are young kids, young bucks that are trying to get attention. And they don't care about the sort of forward thinking of how this might look and how it might appear further down the line. They're just looking at getting hits and brands and eyeballs and screens and sales and stuff like that. Meghan Markle, edging out of her mid-40s now, simply should know better. You get the picture. But behind the scenes, as I say, things are crumbling on a catastrophic level. This is because, as you can understand, Meghan has now decided, well, basically once again to go down the route of, hey, thanks, it's all sold out, you're terrific, I love you. We have no idea how many bottles that she has. She may have just had a box or 3 boxes, whatever. It's all fakery, and that's the problem. Now, as we saw with Meghan, she made huge mistakes with her jam the first time around. I'm not talking about American Riviera Orchard. That was just a shambles. I should never have got anywhere near. But of course, CEOs didn't want to go near the brand, so consequently that fell apart as well. But here's where this gets interesting, because as you saw with that particular video, Meghan had a conveyor belt of jams. Meanwhile, she got a video of herself stirring a huge pot of jam in her kitchen, like she's slaving away in designer clothes, never getting a speck of jam on them, of course, and then all making them by hand, no doubt putting the lids on herself. It just didn't ring true. Now, everybody's exposed exactly where the products are coming from, and that's fine. As I told you before, many celebrities do this. But here's where this gets rather worrying if you are Meghan Markle. You see, further down the line, what you have to think of is, yes, you can put out signs saying I've sold out, I'm a genius, brilliant, look at me, people want my product. First and foremost, you have to be able to prove to potential investors, advisors, stockists, etc., that you do have that level of commitment. And so far, the minuscule people that have come forward, again, I have to say allegedly, well, they're very reluctant to share that data. Without that, nobody, whether that be Fortnum & Mason's or Bargains Booze, will actually say, we'll take it. They have to see clad iron proof that you're popular. But you see, behind the scenes, things are getting worse, because at this point now, she was told, and remember, Diva Duchess Meghan does not like to be told something that doesn't come true. Well, she was told that investors would be snapping at her designer stiletto heels now, you know, offering big bucks, wanting to get involved in bed, that sort of stuff. A little bit like what she tried to do, remember, a while back with Dior and things like that, and Cartier. She thought by wearing them, they would say, listen, we're just going to give you it. Don't worry, you're a genius, let's just roll with it. Well, this hasn't happened. And now what Meghan has to do, and we know how fickle and bored and easily distracted she gets over doing anything like this, she has to decide whether she wants to plough ahead, carry on doing this, or more importantly now draw a line under it again. A little bit like, of course, what she did with the Lemonada, I'm putting the podcast on hiatus. The difference with this is Netflix are involved to a degree. Not a lot of money, but enough to be bothered. She can't pull out of it. She has to see it through. And without any potential outside investor, the whole investment falls on not Meghan and Harry's money, but Netflix's money. That's where the money's coming from. Right, Meghan? So without her commitment, where does it go? And without outside investors who would be willing to come in and actually shell out some money, well, it looks like the brand could be, shall we say, struggling. Others might say doomed. You can apply whichever moniker you like. That's where we're at, literally right now. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.